right, here we go. This is June 11th, and this is our OG trade update. I put another one of these trades on this week in NVDA. So NVIDIA just split. What was it, like 10 to 1 or something? Their stock price was up like, what was it, around 1,000? Or was it over 1,000? It was too expensive. And then they split 10 to 1. So the price, I think it was on Monday. I put this trade on yesterday. Today's Tuesday. I put this trade on yesterday. So I think yesterday was the first day with NVIDIA down. The price at the $120 level. Yeah, it's 120.91 right now. So I don't really own stocks. I just trade the SPX mostly. But if there was one stock that I would be really interested in, and a couple that come to mind are NVIDIA, which this video is about, and a Tesla, probably Apple. That might be about, those might be my three top picks. But NVIDIA, I think there is, well, who knows, especially me. I don't know anything. I'm the worst stock picker in the world. That's why I don't trade stocks. That's why I trade these option strategies. But if I had to try to like make someone believe that I was a good stock picker, or if I try to convince myself I was a good stock picker, I think NVIDIA would be a good stock. I think there's a lot of potential upside to NVIDIA. Could be one of those stocks that I wish. I remember when Google came out and my brother and I were saying, should we buy some shares? And we're all, no, that's gambling. You're going to lose your shirt. Boy, was I wrong. Anyway, I think the NVIDIA could be another one like that, but I don't necessarily want to buy the stock in a traditional sense. So that's where this particular OG strategy comes in perfect. So this is NVIDIA. This is an OG trade that I made just yesterday on NVIDIA. And the OG trades are trades that can be initiated at the start of the trade without having to leg in or without having to try to take advantage of price moving one way or the other. They're trades where you can get in for risk-free without any risk to the trade. And so that's what this trade is. I've done a couple of these now. You can go back. I'll leave links to the previous videos I did in the description below. But I've done several of these this year after discovering this method. I did one on Apple. I did one on Tesla. I have another one on Tesla right now that's coming due. It's going to end this next week, I think. And then now I've done NVIDIA. So the thought with this is, well, the first thing with these OG trades, these are trades that can be initiated for zero risk. I know that sounds sacrilegious and sketchy, blasphemous, all of that, but well, I don't know what to tell you. This is a perfect example of one. If you look at my other trades, you can see the exact same thing. So these are trades that were initiated. This was how it was initiated yesterday. Again, without trying to get in at one price and then letting it move in your favor and then try to lock that price in. It's none of that. This is just like a trade that's put on, and you can see that with this trade all the way up to the moon, to infinity, we'll make $102 on this trade on NVIDIA. Now, this trade expires July 19th, so it's about just a little over a month away. So again, if NVIDIA goes from where it's at now, here's where we're currently trading at. If NVIDIA finishes on July 19th, anywhere from this point right here, this 114 level, all the way up to the moon, to infinity, we're guaranteed to make a profit of $102. And if it lands in this little tent area here, we could make up to $193-ish, $194. And if heaven forbid it tanks and it goes down and it goes all the way from this point all the way to zero, we'll still win. We'll still make money. This is still a profitable trade. We'll make a massive $2. No, but even though it's not massive, I mean, this is a risk-free trade. Worst case scenario is that we'll make $2 if it goes all the way to zero from here. If it lands in this area here, we'll make up to almost $200 profit. If it goes from here anywhere up to the moon, we make $102. And something that's important to think about these is that, like, if I have cash sitting around, what's the best way for me right now to utilize that cash? Where can I put that cash to make the best return, guaranteed, quote unquote, guaranteed return? And so there's T-bills. T-bills are like, I think they're paying about 5%, maybe 5.5% right now. There's, well, my bank doesn't. Chase certainly is behind the ball on this. They don't pay a very good interest rate on your savings or your cash. But I think you can get banks with interest rates of around, I'd say around 5%, I think. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But I think that that's a fair number to use. So if I can find a trade, a quote-unquote guaranteed trade like this one that can return the same amount I could get with other guaranteed methods like T-bills or interest, et cetera, and then on top of that have the potential of making even more money in little lottery ticket things like this, why wouldn't I do that? Of course I would. And with this particular setup, because the way that this is constructed, I have a couple of short puts in here. There's 2 short puts right here at the 113 level. If NVIDIA does move down over the next month up to July 19th when all these options expire and goes below and hits this level here, the 113 level, or goes below, I'll have the option, I'll have the opportunity to just take the stock at that price, similar to like if I had sold a naked put on it. So those are several benefits why I like this trade so much. First of all, it's a guaranteed return. Second of all, I have the ability to buy NVIDIA, which is one of the only stocks I would be interested in buying anyway, if it comes down to this level. And there are further adjustments that can be made to this thing, tweaks, and it's like there are ways to carve out additional profits over the 4 or 5 weeks that this trade will last. So I'm expecting to have this blue line here where I'm guaranteed to make $102. I'm expecting that to rise up after I implement some of these additional, like what would you call them, cash squeezing or milking strategies that can be used on this, like on a weekly basis, even a daily basis, going forward till all these options expire on July 19th. So that's the OG NVIDIA trade, the OG update for this week. And again, if you can get a guaranteed profit that matches or beats the other guaranteed ways out there like T-bills, interest, all that, plus have the additional features like with this one of being able to purchase the stock at a lower price from where it's at right now, being able to carve additional profits out of it as it moves up, being able to make a guaranteed return that's more than you could get with T-bills and interest and all that, while all the time have no worries whatsoever, because the absolute worst case scenario is that we'll make $2. Best case scenario, we could make up to 200 here. All the way up to the moon, we could make at least 102. But again, there's like additional milking and cash squeezing strategies that I'll be using over the next 4 to 5 weeks to milk additional profits out of this and raise this blue line up even higher. And the absolute worst case scenario is that it comes down here and I have the ability to buy NVIDIA shares at a discount from where it's trading at right now. And when the dust settles, I'm still profitable to the tune of $2. So that's the NVIDIA OG trade. Let's look at the Tesla one real quick. This one is about ready to go out and expire on June 21st. So there's about 10 more days or so. But so this trade started off, there was a bunch of different, there was a video I made on this particular Tesla trade that I'll link in the description. Just check out that video where I showed a bunch of different scenarios how we could add additional profits to this. This again is a risk-free trade. No matter what happens, I'll make money with this trade. There's no way to lose. And so be sure to check out that video that I'll link in the description below. There's a really cool adjustment I did called the sandcastle adjustment, which is just like, all this is just the tip of the iceberg what you can do with these things. These things are super flexible, and there's unlimited ways so you can enhance and build off of these things. But this is where the current Tesla trade is at right now. So this one, there was an adjustment made. I made this last week where I'm thinking that Tesla won't go above a certain level in the next 10 days. So I just configured this trade to reflect that. And you can see with this trade, if it goes all the way to zero, if it goes from this point here, 182-ish, all the way down to zero, I'm guaranteed to make $115 on this one. And if I'm wrong and it goes up, the worst case scenario at this moment is I'll make $32, so there's no way to lose. This is a guaranteed winner no matter what happens. I'll just make more if it goes down from this point. But the other thing to remember is that with both of these trades, the NVIDIA trade and this one and all the other ones I've done with these Tesla trades, these aren't like locked in till the last moment. Like right now, this is showing that I can make 115 if it lands in 10 days. If Tesla's trading from this point all the way to zero, I can make $115. Where if it lands and Tesla's trading from this point here all the way up, I can make $32. But the thing is, if Tesla were to start to make a move up, there's simple ways to just adjust and flip, like kung fu karate moves, to flip this thing all around. I could flip the whole thing so that there's more profit on this side than this side. And you're not locked in to what you see on the screen right now. This is just the current position, but it's super flexible. And we have the ability to move these things around, move the risk around. If you change your outlook on a stock, you can change the risk graph to match it. And the best part is that when they're built correctly like this, there's absolutely no way you can lose. This is a risk-free trade. All right. So that's it for this week, the OG update. I'll continue to update these trades and just show you how they wind up and how they finish out, and as well as any adjustments I might make to them along the way. If you'd like to learn more about this specific strategy, this OG trade, email me directly, building out some specific training for this, plus a lot of the other trades that I'm doing, and I'd love to have you come on board. So again, if you'd like to learn more about this, just reach out to me directly, just email me directly. Best way to do it is just go over to my website. I'll leave a link to my website in the description below. Go over there, sign up for my free email newsletter. As soon as you do that, you'll get a welcome email sent back to you. Just reply back to that welcome email. Just say, I'd like to learn more about the OG trade, or hit me with the OG, or something about the OG, and I'll get back to you and we'll go from there. All right, that's it for this one. I'll see you next time.